chose to stay? How did I find this place? Why I chose to stay? Burning up this bridge so I can see the light. With every breath I breathe, it just intensifies. It's calling out my name in the dead of night. There's laughter in the wind and howling through the sky. All breaks down before me. What has come to light? A day of tantalizing image printed in my mind. Separate the horror from the truth. You'll see a just divide. Devour of my enemy. You're an enemy. I've grown to like this place. Think I'll stay forever. There's blood on my face and it shall remain. I've been away so long, it seems like forever. My memories are gone, but now I see all breaks down before me. What has come to light? A tantalizing image printed in my mind. Separate the horror from the truth. You'll see a just divide. Devour of my enemy. Realize before me what has come to light. Am I the only one who sees through this disguise? Is open. I hunted gesture. It's meant for bended knees. Will you take the scraps or bite the hand that feeds? Bite the hand that feeds.
You got them all out?
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Justice, how you doing?
Hey.
What up?
So we went out to Screaming Bridge in Arlington, Texas, which is where there's a folklore where three girls died out of 6 people in a car. We're going to go over that footage, and we're also going to go over the folklore that's attached to it. And after digging into this, I found that we weren't really at the location where these people passed. We were just nearby it. And it was kind of weird whenever I dug into it, because I was like, holy cow, this is in a completely different place, but we'll go over that.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
It is. It's nuts. It's like about a mile away.
You already know?
I already heard the story.
So they already played it for you?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I'm the only one that hasn't heard it.
You're the one who has not heard it yet.
Oh,
That
wow.
hasn't heard the
So
audio.
great. They get
So,
to see my
to kind of give,
reaction.
yeah. So to kind of give you guys a little about what happens when we went out here. I didn't go look into the folklore. Neither me or Sarah went out there and recalled any of this. I remember reading on it vaguely or touching base on it to kind of see what kind of the history was, but I didn't retain the information to recall when I was out there. So basically,
But we went multiple times too, and we only knew the surface and not what was underneath
It was
the
like
surface.
it was like a bus crash.
that's even to be that multi-car accident is actually still under investigation from the 1970s, and that's where that bridge was. The one we go to is a
the one we
it's
actually
a completely
went to?
different road. It's called Trammell Davis Road.
Talking about the one that's across the way where the old bridge is, where you look down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to go ahead and listen to the recording first.
And I'm the only one that hasn't heard this, right?
No.
Correct.
You haven't heard it.
And the people out there, obviously.
And just before we get started, we're using a necrophonic app. The necrophonic app is what like the Foreman brothers use. They're pretty good guys to go and find them. If you go and look up some of their material, what they do and what they have done is
Yeah,
pretty
good.
pretty good stuff.
Yeah. And
I
we're
think.
not like the best at this. So
Yeah,
not
we're so
professionals
amateur at
all.
this, it's
Yeah.
not even funny. Okay.
Hey, but
It's
we're,
like,
we're honest
I've
about
got an
it.
EMF
Yeah.
reader, a necrophonic app, and a camera. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
Not even a real camera, just phones.
It's just
Like,
phones, but you still get some stuff on that.
Hey, but maybe
we debunk
everybody
all that.
here will see us grow into something else.
Hey,
with better
but the
equipment.
things that we have heard and have seen and witnessed
Imagine
on
if-
our stuff
yeah.
alone,
Yeah.
could you imagine if we
Yeah.
had, it'd get better.
Yeah, we also have that investigative stuff on our group page from the Goatman Bridge,
Yeah.
and some other stuff which we'll go over at later times. But we use this app, and they use it to talk to the spirits around them, and
Basically an app
it's
spirit
proven
box.
itself
Yes.
multiple times on their shows, and
With
they
us.
have not been bunked yet.
Well,
Well,
and
debunked.
with us as
Yeah,
well.
So
I mean,
they're real,
she's-
and it's worked with us.
Rebecca's
numerous
heard
times.
her name on it before. Y'all,
Yeah,
you've heard
me-
your name.
Yep.
Us,
In the graveyard.
It's,
Yeah.
it's insane. So we're gonna go over that footage now.
You should be able to use the microphone. How many people? Three.
You're three, right?
3.
Man, can you play that back?
Is this ready roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, play it back to where it says it. I want to hear it again. I really wasn't paying close enough attention. But maybe my ears are all messed up.
You should be able to use the microphone.
Did you ask?
How many people?
3.
I did hear that.
That's clear.
Wow.
Okay.
Is this ready roll? What is your name?
Claudine.
Wait, play that back. I'm listening for the whisper. I'm hearing.
You won't hear the words. You'll actually hear the words either put together or all one word.
What is your name?
Yeah, it's something
Yeah.
like yeah.
You'll hear it again.
Wait, say it again. Play it one more time. It's hard to make out exactly what she's saying though.
We're looking for a name.
Yeah, I know. See something.
What is your name?
I'm hearing Claudine.
Do you hear it again?
What was your name? There's my name.
You know my name.
Err.
It said your name, bro.
Yeah.
No, we won't.
What was that?
No. Yeah. It tells you no.
You hear it,
And the thing is that I won't.
No, we won't. That's what I heard.
That's what I thought I heard.
Whoa,
Did you?
wait. Was that? Oh.
you have the testing? How many people are here with us?
33.
Was it three
And you
again?
gotta remember,
Three again.
But this time it was a girl's voice.
we were recording it through the phone.
There's the
No, but the first time it was a deeper tone. It said 3. I wonder if that means
Remember, they're using an electronic device.
Oh.
What's your name?
Mary Lou.
What?
Mary Lou.
Play that back? I didn't. Play it back.
Because once we get to the third name, we're basically done.
I got a Diane too, and there's someone I think.
I thought I heard a G word
I
too.
heard Diane, to be honest with you.
Who else is here with us?
Okay. Where's it at?
Yeah, there's nobody here. They can introduce yourself.
Who?
That was Kathy. I'm gonna go back to hers. Where she asked. And she said it really fast. As I call one word.
What's your name?
I heard Mary.
Mary Lou.
Right there?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
It's like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was kind of like Mary Lou.
Mm-hmm. All one word.
Who else is here with us?
Here's where Kathy is.
keep on saying Mary Lou.
Kathy.
Yeah, there's nobody here. They can introduce yourself.
Because the phone,
Yeah.
we heard it a bit different.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nobody here. They can introduce yourself.
Oh, so it'll
Okay.
say it in syllables? Or?
So you've heard all three.
Yeah, I've heard. So is that what she was saying at the beginning when we heard that cat? Was or the C?
Mhm.
That C was that Kathy?
So she was trying to spell it out. Like she was probably, because remember, we're not at the actual location.
Maybe
we're
the energy's just so
We're
far
about a
away.
The
mile
energy
away.
is probably far away. So I don't know if that plays a part into it. Like I said, I'm
might.
an amateur at this. So
Yeah, we're all amateurs at mine.
So
Very
it could be
amateur.
anything.
Very.
And you gotta
So-
remember too, we were recording that audio into my phone, so it sounds,
Yeah, and we also don't have very. I mean, if it's
Alright.
the difference if
I'll
you
figure
had
it
that mic out there, like
Right.
the mic we're talking on right now. If we had that recording audio, it would
Yeah,
pick up
I was
everything.
thinking about
You
it.
could hear
All right, I'm
birds.
gonna bring this up to y'all too, so that you guys can read along with us. This
You
is
didn't even do
actually
the part where it said about how they died.
how they died and stuff. Well, I wanted to get. I'm gonna go back over that here in just 1 second, but I want to go over the names and stuff. So remember, I told you guys in the beginning that we did not look at this before we went. I can attest to that. She can attest to that because I'll be on my damn phone. But the three people that you heard are in this folklore. The three people that died
What?
are in this folklore.
No, they're not. The
so
same names?
Yeah,
the
we
same
read,
name, the
like-
same names and everything. That's what my hair.
What?
See, it's like they're touching me right now. Swear to God,
You know that?
I got hair
That's
standing
what
up
they
on
told
it.
you?
It's so weird. I don't do that. That's
Because we
Is that
only
the
looked
weird.
it
You
up
heard all
because
this and then
we
they
only
showed you
looked
that?
it up because his cousin wanted to know about the bridge, and then we had found this about
Oh,
it.
so y'all just stumbled upon it basically.
So we just
so-
went out there for some recordings to see what we could get.
Yep, that's all we went out there to see what we could
Oh,
get, and
dang.
we came back with all this. It's insane. All right, so on the night of February 4th, 1961, a car filled with 6 Arlington teenage girls plunged off a burned-out wooden bridge, where then Arlington Bedford Road, renamed to Greenbelt Road,
Yeah.
okay, approached the railroad tracks in a far north Arlington. Railroad tracks. There's no railroad tracks near the area that we normally go to. None. I looked. You'll see here in a second because I Google Earthed it. I was like, no, I'm finding this. All right, I'm finding it. I found it. Railroad tracks in far north Arlington. The tracks themselves run parallel to a drainage ditch, mistakenly reported to be a creek, which you'll hear later on in the thing. It's creeks in there
Really?
too. Yes.
Like a running river creek?
No, like the word creek comes through that.
In the
Yep.
recording.
In the recording.
You'll hear
Wow.
it keep saying creek.
Yep.
Creek.
Dang.
So, the drainage ditch mistakenly reported to be a creek in various newspaper articles of that time, because this is the 1960s. Now, which the bridge spanned. Now, the Arlington High School co-eds were out joyriding after leaving a movie that evening. As the girls' car approached the crossing at approximately 45 miles an hour, and the incline of Arlington Bedford Road in the darkness prevented them from seeing that the bridge was out. At 9:30, their vehicle left the road and impacted other side of the ravine, which sloped up to the old Rock Island Railroad track, landing upside down.
Dang.
Here's where, and here it's doing it. I swear to God, they're touching me or something. I don't know. I don't know.
You got goosebumps.
Yeah, no, and my hair stands up on end whenever weird shit like this. Instantly killed were Mary Lou Goldner,
What?
Claudine Jean Reeves, and by 2 a.m. Sunday morning, Kathy Fleming arrived dead on arrival at Baylor Hospital,
Wow.
bringing the total deaths to 3.
And you all
The
heard
other
that on the
3
spirit
people
box.
survived this.
You all
wow.
heard it on the spirit box.
We heard it on the spirit box before even reading this folklore
That's crazy.
and
We didn't
retaining the
even know
information
about
and
this
going,
one.
what the heck? All right.
That's crazy.
So instantly killed were those 3 people, bringing the deaths to 3, which we heard on the recording. Injured were Donna Post, Dorothy Ibsen, and Joanne Anderson with multiple fractures, arms, jaws, and concussions. Joanne Anderson remained in critical condition after undergoing emergency brain surgery that Sunday morning.
Who was the other 2? What were their names? Donna and what?
Donna, Dorothy, and Joanne, because there were 6
Dorothy.
people.
You heard Dorothy.
No, I heard Diane.
Diane.
Mhm.
Is there a Diane?
Yes, there is.
You heard D word. It was some D word. Diane.
Dorothy, Ibsen,
Dorothy.
Joanne, and Donna.
Donna. Dude,
Newspaper
that's what-
articles from February 6th, headline Death Bridge involved in probe, revealed that another youth, Bill Young, which is the guy that apparently reported the accident, that
Yeah.
witnessed the accident, reported it, had slowed for a train crossing the road just beyond the bridge over the ditch and noticed that the bridge was out, stopping basically 3 feet shy of the ravine,
Wow.
and he narrowly missed plunging off himself.
Hmm.
He was trying to honk his horn and warn the girls, but that may have, they're saying that may have freaked them out, where they frightened them and where they
And they
pulled up,
So
and
they
why they
just
went
went
faster.
Yeah.
And why they,
It's an old dirt
hit
road.
so
I
hard.
mean, you can see the road right here.
because they
This is the original
apparently
road.
they flipped and fell
It depends how fast they were
upside
going.
down in the creek.
Yeah.
Now,
depending on how
back
fast
in
they
that
were going,
time, a
too.
lot of kids didn't carry ID because that wasn't a thing for underage kids that were high school students. They didn't have IDs. So,
What year was that?
since none of the girls were carrying ID, the police and medical workers only learned their identities when Dorothy Ibsen regained consciousness long enough to give her parents' names and the name of the other girls in the car.
Oh dang.
All right, so, but there were issues with the bridge being burned by some students. Long story short, they sat there and said the DA said they were basically pulling pranks. They're religious, good people, so on and so forth. So let's give them another chance at life. So they let them do it. Now, further, this is where I learned that this is not the right place. I have no idea. So the wooden bridge was burned, right?
Yeah.
The wooden bridge was not replaced. Remnants of the bridge were bulldozed and then covered with large concrete drainage tunnels, and then were covered in asphalt up to the level of the original span, and this served to span the drainage ditch until another fatal accident involving 2 women and a train at the crossing. Now this is actually fairly recent in our era. A lot of people,
Year?
yeah. Well, on March 1994, our
Oh,
era.
so we were
not that old.
we were
But I'm saying,
young.
Raylan Johnston and Tammy Lynn Dodson tried to outrace an oncoming train, which impacted the passenger side of the truck. One of the occupants was knocked out of the vehicle, while the other one remained trapped in the burning vehicle. Both women died at the scene of the accident. After that 1994 accident, this stretch of what was now known as Greenbelt Road was closed to all traffic. With its closing, the myth of Screaming Bridge moved to a nearby bridge spanning the Trinity River at the end of an abandoned road called Trammell Davis Road, which parallels the river. This closed and barricaded bridge has been featured in some stories, online videos, such as this one, as being a location of Screaming Bridge, which thought
that
was,
ain't even the real bridge.
that ain't even
We
the
were
real
going to
bridge.
the wrong bridge
Yeah.
the
Wow.
whole time. But it still got stuff on
Yes.
it,
Yes,
too. So.
you're still kind of close. I
Maybe you're
guess.
catching the
It says-
ripples.
energies.
When we
Yeah.
looked it up, it's about a mile or so from
Well,
So
let's
it's
hike
all
it.
inside. It's
Yeah.
all-
We can't get there? Can we
We
get there?
can get there.
We could probably.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah,
We're
we're
gonna-
gonna,
hey,
we're
listen,
gonna
guys.
go to it,
Oh,
but
yeah.
We're gonna
it's-
get there.
We're gonna find a place to park over there because
Yeah.
it's off of Trinity. Where
Yeah,
there's like
I remember I
nothing.
had a couple of deliveries back there one time, and I took Greenbelt to go back that way.
It sounds like an easy stroll to me, so.
Mhm.
It's
So
not
it
bad.
still lends itself to investigations due to still existing as a bridge and may have been the site of a multi-family accident in the 1970s, which is currently under investigation at the present time, but is not the location of the original bridge. Recent construction and expansion of the Trinity Boulevard has obliterated much of the original road, but the closed-off section leading to the original site of Screaming Bridge remains.
So we can go to that site then.
Correct. No traffic travels this stretch of declining pavement previously known as Death Crossing, which is what it was originally named because of
Nice.
how many people got hit by trains in that day, in those back in the days.
And we want to go there.
Yes.
Right? And more recently as Screaming Bridge. But this is an isolated location in Arlington, Texas, and continues to fire the imagination and draw curious into the infamous North Texas
Oh,
location.
there ain't nothing about curiosity. I mean, there's definitely people around there, you know, spirits at least, like, hanging around. Or at least their scar, you know, left on
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
their imprint left, you know, we're just catching
Especially
it.
when an accident like that happens, something traumatizing like that happens.
Well, it's in
All right.
2019.
So what you guys are seeing right now, and what you are seeing for the first time, is the original, or not the original, but the
Place where
location that
thought-
we know as of now.
Screaming
right?
Bridge.
So that is what you see, right? This is
Yeah.
what we're used to,
Yes.
right? That's what we see.
That's so funny. It says Alexis right there.
Mm-hmm.
It does, doesn't it?
That is the bridge.
All right. So this road right here on this left-hand side,
Yeah.
this is Trammell Davis Road.
Yeah.
This is the one where it runs parallel to the river, and of course makes a left, attaching itself to Greenbelt.
Right.
This is Greenbelt right here.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yep.
Where the actual location is
Way down there.
right here. All right. So where the actual bridge is
Used to
somewhere, it's either on this side or this side. I assume it's this side because there's a lot more dirt and crap over
Oh,
here.
so
than
that's
there
the
would be over
railroad
here.
track?
This is the Death Crossing right here.
Oh.
This is the original Screaming Bridge Death Crossing because there was a
So
bridge
that's
that
where the
used to-
accident happened with these
There's
three
a
girls?
ditch that runs right here that the bridge was over. And so what they did is they filled it up with concrete and asphalted it over to make it a concrete straight across.
Never heard
So
this
is it-
story before.
It's crazy.
As long as we've been in Arlington,
Uh-huh.
Right?
never
Never.
heard of the story.
Never. So that's the original location. So to get to it, that's over here. We have to go and see it right off
We
the
had
road.
to go off that path to the
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
Right there.
This is the
Y'all,
path right here.
no.
Alright, so
This
we
is
gotta
it.
find parking.
Okay, at night.
What if we just turned our hazards on and then just left our cars right there and took off?
Yeah, on a 2-lane road. No, it's just waiting for this fucking.
Okay,
road.
well then we're gonna have to hike it from somewhere else, bro.
There is, yeah.
if we
there's-
get on the other side close enough, we should
right
be good.
here, there's like a little turn-in
Okay, there's
area.
a road. Okay.
And also, right across the way, right here, is a little break-off where we could possibly park right here. We'd have to see what these signs say. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
What's
those are
to
the two
right
locations.
right there? What's that other road right there? Go to the right. That road to the right side.
Yeah, this is what turns into.
Oh, okay,
it's
that's the road.
adjacent. So it's on the side of the road that we need to be on.
See, it looks like it's off-road to get to it, see?
So
How-
you can tell that you can see where people.
How long of a of a trail of a hike are we talking about?
Getting right up there to the bridge. That's it. It's not that
Right
far.
there. Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where the railroad tracks are.
Okay. That's very.
That's close enough. We'll pick
Yeah.
up anything from right
That's
there.
okay.
You're literally like within.
I'm
Well,
talking about
Sherry, you
going
should
there.
come with us. Wait, where is Sherry at?
Sherry's. Hi, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
Sherry.
Sherry's
Sherry.
on, yeah.
Okay.
She said she's heard bad words. She goes, "This is so cool, and that looks really interesting. I wish I could go with you guys."
Wish you could too.
She said she
We
heard
should-
bad words on there.
Yeah.
What'd you
See,
what
we need to
What'd you hear?
hear. Yeah.
What did you hear, Sherry? By the way. But anyway, why can't she go with us?
She's
Well, she answered.
she's far.
She
Lives
lives.
far.
She
She
lives
can-
far.
You can ask her.
Yeah, ask her where
Where
she's
do you,
from.
where are you from, Sherry? She called you bitch. Oh no, I'm saying.
She probably called me.
Did she call you
She
bitch?
probably did.
Hey, that's Sherry for you, man.
No, that's what she heard.
Oh, she heard
She
bitch.
thinks she probably heard that.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean,
she's
hey,
in Illinois. She's
you know,
in Illinois. Okay.
But I mean, you know, some people are gonna hear stuff we might not hear. I mean,
Exactly.
does she remember where she heard it? Maybe we can go back and try to
Well,
see.
because we
You know
still
what I
have
mean?
to finish it.
Oh yeah, we still got other parts to look at too.
We still have other parts. There's another 4 minutes on this recording, and then we also have one
Where's the cigarette?
that none of us have gone over that includes video of us on that bridge and running a necrophonic app as well. So the reason we run that necrophonic app is because from what we understand is they can talk to
Just couldn't find it.
entities
Talk through
and
it.
spirits can talk through electronics, which is why spirit boxes work and things of that nature. So this is a type of spirit box. We learned about it from the Foreman brothers, if you didn't hear us before, but
Yeah, Necro's pretty cool. Whoever
Yeah.
whoever
I've been knowing
designed
about Neko for a long time.
yeah.
You know, paranormal people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's proven
Paranormal.
to, you know, as you guys have heard, and you guys have heard, it's proven to work.
it's
I
worked.
mean,
I've
you can't seriously do that. There's no tying those two together, hearing all that information and going back to the folklore and getting that information to match. It's
Now, sometimes
That's
you
insane.
can think that you'd be listening, you know, a name come up and it's a 3,000-year-old demon.
yeah.
So
Yeah, we
you
don't
kinda
want none of
have
that.
to, you know,
Mhm.
it's disguising itself.
Honey, so on this part, what did you did on here? What did you hear through this next part that we're getting ready to go through?
What part are you?
Where you asked about where it says landed, violent, and then
Oh, I asked about how they died and what
And then it
I had
responded?
heard. Yeah, we heard creek. Well, at least I heard creek, landed, clear as day. Heard that, and then it was like violently, like it's like softly said.
like kind of whispering.
Uh huh.
You know. Well, let's hear it. I want to hear it.
Yeah, so that's what I kind of heard there,
You
and
heard
I
this
kept
already too?
hearing Eric's name
little bit of it,
over
yeah.
and over, and then mine I think once or twice.
And there's one part in there where I swear it freaked me out. There, it really did, because we were standing on the side of the bridge, and we were doing the necrophonic app, and I hear like in stereo, like almost like someone right here behind me say my name, and then I immediately say, "Did you say my name?" Because like she's right there,
Yeah.
and she's like, "No," and you can hear it apparently in that. But it's like a whisper, but I heard it like a whisper, like loud as day, and I only had the phone like this far from my face.
Yeah.
Like I was holding it like this with
And I
her
was just
phone underneath it, so that I could record it.
Mm.
That was it.
Man, I want to go do some more audio now. Now that we know that.
I didn't
I
even.
mean, even
We
closer.
didn't think we got all that. We
No,
didn't think we got
even
all that
know. We were just.
until we got back and actually went over it. We had
I
no
bet
idea.
you were like,
That's so
oh.
crazy.
It was like,
Whoa.
what?
Right?
Okay.
Oh, so the other night when we were gonna come over, but we couldn't. That's when we was gonna go over it.
Yep.
Holy crap! So y'all went over it. Y'all found all that crap.
Yeah, it's a
Crazy.
longer walk than it looks like on a map, but you know what? That's why you don't walk.
Right?
They make Greyhounds for a reason. It's a long drive and it's dirty. Plane probably better.
I mean, do we want to ask them like maybe what they possibly heard?
Sherry said it's a longer walk than it looks like normal.
Hey, I
on the
think,
map.
I
That's
think
why I
it's,
said that.
it's great exercise and we're hunting at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I want to hear the rest of it.
Yeah, let's hear the rest of it.
All right, and now we're gonna go over the rest.
Now that you know the backstory of it all.
It's very interesting. Like I said, Casey's been here a whole. I don't know if have we even introduced ourselves? Are we doing that later? We'll do that later. Okay. But I've never heard that story. I've always heard gone directed to the Screaming Bridge, or what we thought was the Screaming Bridge. Never.
Well, I never thought so.
Who else is there with us?
This is the trail end of what we just heard.
Yeah, there's nothing on the to talk. How did you die? If you're here, can you make a noise on the bridge? Are you thinking you can make anything physical? Are you thinking you can do anything physical?
Is there anything you want to tell us?
No.
That was clear.
Mm-hmm.
About how you died? How did you die?
Freak.
I think I heard your name, bro.
Did you hear it?
It did. It was a whisper.
It was
I did hear
weird.
it. Is that the one you talking about? It was over your shoulder?
Freak.
Yeah, that was clear.
Mm-hmm. And then it was 5:52. Let's go back just to 48.
How did you die?
It was intense.
Freak.
Dude, I heard that like.
I would be getting
I was like,
water.
what the fuck?
What is it?
How did you die?
Freak.
I did. Holy cow, I didn't hear that. She said I did.
Wait, hold on, play it.
Turn it back.
How did you die?
Freak.
I did.
I heard I did. That's freaking. Wow, dude, these people are touching me, man.
How did you
Go back
die?
again. It's clear as day, bro.
How did you die? Did someone jump off the bridge?
Wait, go back to something. It just whispered something. With one syllable.
Did someone jump off the bridge?
Right there? You heard that? Go back.
Said me.
Yeah, it said me, I think. You said something about did someone jump off this bridge?
Yeah, because I kept seeing stuff about suicide on it.
Right there, me. You didn't. Can you focus in on that time?
I thought I heard David.
Who's the person that killed themselves on that bridge?
Did
I
someone
was just
jump
kind of
off the
wondering
bridge?
because
Right there, me. Maybe that's the person talking to you.
Somebody tapped into you. Did you guys say goodbye?
Are you asleep now? So you are sleeping. Are you bedfed or head entity?
Bro, roll that back. I need some good headphones. I'm gonna go buy us those ones I was talking to you about, remember?
So you are sleeping. Are you bedfed or head entity?
Right there. Go back. No, go back. Bro,
And someone got called an asshole. I heard that.
Eric, hold on. Dude, the hairs go back, bro. As soon as after you ask that question, there is a very tiny faint that says, yeah. When you said, ask if it's a bad entity, listen very closely.
So you are sleeping.
After you ask if it's a bad entity.
Are you bedfed or head entity?
Right there, you heard it? Right, go back. It's very, very faint. I caught it, but literally I heard it say,
What's funny, Justice, is here in a second, I get called an asshole.
do you really?
Yes.
On the thing?
On the thing, I get called an asshole, and she heard that just now.
Well, something doesn't want you there, bro, because you just asked if it's a bad entity, and then it just said yes. That means it's.
They knew you were there.
They knew you were there.
Figure something out, maybe.
Are you bedfed or head entity?
Right there. It was.
yeah.
You got that echo at the first, and then right after the echo ends. Yeah.
Should we leave? Eric? Are we safe here?
So female voices.
Do you want us to leave? Yes, my name's Sarah, but what's yours?
I thought I heard it say Sarah. Did it say Sarah? Because I thought I heard that. Y'all did hear that, right? Good. Okay, I'm just checking.
Alright, we're gonna go
That freaks me out, man. 'Cause it said a lot of stuff.
goodbye.
I wish I was there.
Was coming.
Huh?
A bunch of people had started coming up.
Bro, when you asked if it was a bad entity, it whispered, "Yeah, bro. I know. I heard that clear as day."
So Justice sat there and said, "I'm not watching. I'm just listening, but I heard that loud and clear."
What I was talking about?
No, someone got called an asshole, and I said, "Yeah, that's what that was me
I
being
didn't
called
hear
an
it.
They
asshole."
kept saying your name over and it sounds a little bit different too in person. That's what's really hard to do. We gotta get better audio.
Yeah, we're working on that.
It just kind of sounds like they didn't want you there.
Well,
maybe
that can
you were
connect
Fred.
to phones, so you need to
Okay,
have a
can I
better speaker.
connect multiple Bluetooth headphones to this? Can you connect multiple Bluetooth headphones to that laptop to get all audio from this?
I can just get an audio
Because
mixer and just
literally right up,
it
I
out.
know this is a tiny upgrade, but it's worth the investment. It's only going to cost like $40. Right now, right there, Family Dollar down the street, there's $25 Bluetooth headphones, noise canceling headphones, giant ones for the side of your ear. They're originally $25 that are $10 right now.
Well, yeah, you want those studio ones.
No, but
Studio
what I'm
ones.
saying is, if that Bluetooth lead, can I connect to it and listen to
I
everything
think
we
so.
just listened to?
I
Like
don't know
this,
if we can do it at the same time, but I'll have to look into it and see.
if all four of us had one on, you know what I'm saying? Because
But
then
she-
we could all hear it super.
There was a
Clearly.
few different
Yeah.
things I heard on there. It was just weird.
Yeah, so
Towards the
Justice,
end of it.
whenever Justice heard it, she actually heard it call me an asshole, because I even commented and
I
said, "That motherfucker called me an asshole," or some shit like that.
Yeah, I heard
It was
that.
a smart.
And then Sherry said she heard it too, and then Sherry said she heard jerk, and then Justice also said
Sherry heard jerk.
Yeah, it also sounds like oink oink and meow meow, like a few people are fucking with the box. Like, but yeah, because to me it's like maybe they're fighting for communication. You know what I mean? And the fact that we got like all three of those people,
Yeah.
is
But
insane.
obviously,
Yeah.
there's something else that you was okay. So yeah, you're seeing those ripple effects, but all this stuff that's clear as day right now is the stuff that's at the location that you're at probably right this moment, because it did say that someone died here.
And it already knows that you're there.
We've been there
You've been
before.
there.
It knows us. We've been there before. So
I think-
obviously,
That and all the bodies that have been dumped in the rivers over
Oh,
the years.
yeah.
And
It's funny that a lot of female voices came into play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's up with that? Like, why is there a lot of female?
Okay.
I mean,
So the box itself is derived of a whole bunch of sound bites. They're not full words. They're like, there's even foreign language, parts of foreign language in there. It's a whole bunch of bytes, and it just randomly plays. So the theory is that when you're using a device to talk with something similar to like a white static spirit box
Yeah.
that cycles through the channels,
Mhm.
because all it's picking up is it's basically only picking that up as you go through these channels,
but
right?
then it puts those syllables together.
If the entity or spirit, in theory, can make words out of that by fucking with the electronic, because on a different
Yeah,
I
yes.
heard it can rewind it sometimes, and
It can- it
play
can
they can
do whatever to
whatever.
communicate, I assume.
slow mo or
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they're also tapped into the other realm. We're not. So you got to think they're having to do a lot more to reach out to us than it is for us to reach out to them.
That, or maybe it's really easy for them, and they
Yeah,
just
and
don't-
it's just
it could be anything. Hell, we don't know.
well, but you got to understand we're trying to listen to something that happened all these years ago. So maybe the imprint's not as strong as it would be
Mm-hmm.
if we investigated this 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
And now that they already know that these two, and they know their names and everything, we go back when it's fresh and it's still there. No telling what we're gonna pick up.
Mm-hmm.
but I think the location where this stuff happened, I think there's more audio to get there, because that location itself, I guarantee you, it obviously has an entity itself right there. I mean, Hell's Gate is not very far from where that is.
Yeah, we
Now,
have
how do we know Hell's Gate's not even the real Hell's Gate?
Mm-hmm.
It might not even be the real Hell's Gate. That might be somewhere else too.
Oh, and Justice and Sherry, since you guys are still in here, to piggyback off what Sarah was stating, people like to dump bodies in Trinity River. It
Yeah.
is also next to a water
Landfill.
processing or filtration plant that's in a landfill. Well, the landfill's way down the way. What we smelled when we were walking was that water treatment plant.
That's
And
right there on
Ew.
Greenbelt.
It smells like methane and straight just everybody's shit all in one
Maybe
spot.
that's where they do get rid of people. You
It
never
is.
know.
It's
That's
a
why
very
no,
big
that's why they
dumping
do it,
ground.
because you can't smell a dead body in that.
They just recently pulled another body out.
Mm-hmm.
What's
That's
that
it's a major dumping ground for bodies and stuff like that. It's not safe to swim in. They don't even like you kayaking in it or nothing.
We don't like to go by ourselves. out there
The
at
state
night.
is Texas. It's in Arlington, Texas, is where the Trinity River is located and where we were at.
And it's not good to go by yourself at night.
No,
Yes, Marty.
I would not adventure out at night.
And I mean, to access it, it is a quite walk. It's about a mile walk, right, from
It's
where we park inside the park.
about a mile and a half, almost 2 miles.
Yeah, so it is a nice venture to actually get back there to where we want, where they picked up.
When
the stuff,
we
you know?
went, it took us 30 minutes to get there and 30 minutes to get back, but we were also trucking it because we didn't want to fucking
Right.
be out there all night
Well, what
because
if
we wanted to be there in the day.
we get out there and we're all the way out there and something happens to us? It's not like we can, go like this
I
and
guess
be in
that's
safety.
How we're going out.
Yeah, I guess we're going out with the bang, though,
Right.
right?
That's right.
Great.
Well, I definitely
All right.
think that's crazy. That's
Yep.
so crazy.
Yeah, we
So,
didn't know any of that.
No,
No.
About any
we
of
went
Never
there
heard
3
that.
times and we
Never
didn't know
heard
none of
that.
this. But we also didn't catch any of this either any other time except now.
Yep.
Why is it revealing itself? That's crazy.
Well, we also, the first time we went was oddly enough, and this is what's crazy, almost a year to the date.
The
What?
first time we went,
The
Yeah.
first time we went, she found out on frickin'
What?
Google Photos where we went last time with all of us and Jacob that it was July 18th, and we went on July 16th.
What?
It was a damn near, literally within days
Is
of a
this
year.
the anniversary?
Basically, of
Oh,
the
we're wait.
So we didn't even have a necrophonic app or a spirit box. We didn't even have the freaking whatchamacallit, I don't think.
no, not then.
No.
Nope.
You
This
just
is
got
gonna
the
be-
EMF,
No,
and then
I
we
think
just
we
got
went
it.
out with
Yeah.
the candle.
Yeah, we didn't do that either. But
No,
we were
did
also
the
at the.
first time we went with I had a candle.
Oh, you had the candle the first time
Is
to
that
see
the
if it
one
would
that
blow?
we had the flashlight that went on and
Yeah.
off too?
Yeah,
Is
but that was the
time?
same place but different
Same
location.
place.
Yeah, that was on
Yeah.
the path to
Oh.
get there.
But
No, that was on the other side of the park, where we were doing. the
Oh,
fucking
that's right.
flashlights,
It
yeah.
was.
Mm.
It's where that where the
Bridge was coming apart. Oh, they
Yep.
fixed that, by the way.
yeah.
Did I tell you that? We went to that park the other day and walked. They finally put a bridge up right there.
Nice.
All right, so here
You were
is
there.
the
When we saw the
actual
funeral,
video that none of us have seen.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's in really actually good quality. It took up a lot of giggities.
Wow.
It did. It was like this 4-minute freaking video took 6 giggities.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
and this is just what we
This
were,
is her spirit box. This is a little bit lower volume, and I had to hold the phone, so I don't even know if this is going to even be
Yeah, we don't know the quality.
the quality of the sound or nothing, because I had to hold, because I could barely hear it. So I
Yeah.
just took the phone, and I did this and this, and it was like that far from the microphone.
Yeah,
on
well,
the phone.
maybe we can just see something, like something might catch our eye when we. Oh, I forgot you were there during the day.
Yeah, right at dawn.
It was right about
Dusk.
9 o'clock. Like, right about
Is there anybody here that wants to talk to us?
Set.
Is there anyone here that wants to speak with us?
Here.
How many people are here with us? You can use this device to talk to us with.
Okay, we're at Bridge, yes. Is there anyone here with us? Justice is hearing "Don't Go." What is your name?
Gil? Evil?
You're evil?
Gil? Evil?
How did you die?
I'm hearing jump.
Stuff? I just thought you like that.
Justice heard judge, not don't judge. Was there a car crash here?
What was that? Can you rewind that? What?
Go back a little bit here to 220. 3. She heard yes.
Is there anybody here that wants to talk to us?
Hear that?
I heard him say, please don't.
Or she's going or something like that. Weird. She's dead.
Is there anyone here that wants to speak with us?
Us.
How many people are here with us? You can use this device to talk to us with.
Okay, we're at bridge, yes.
I heard that too.
Bridge. Is there anyone here with us? Don't.
Go. Don't.
It's been saying don't. And she's even heard it several times.
Don't. I kept hearing don't. Did he say mother?
What is your name?
Where's this what he heard? I heard him say.
Bro, I think that whatever entity answered you a minute ago is in this conversation in this box, bro. Like,
Justice said, don't go, dead. Us, which you heard, we heard.
How did you die?
okay,
8, and I'm. So how many people died on that freaking, let me pause this real quick. How many people died on that bus
All
that
of
you were,
them.
I know, how many?
what year was that? Was that the
I don't
early
know.
96, right? No,
No. This
this
I
was
read.
the bus in the 70s, right?
Yeah, because what I wrote was the folklore of the real Screaming Ridge death
When was
crossing.
that? That
This
was in
is-
the 70s, right?
This apparently, it was hell. That was in the 90s when, in the 60s, whenever they died on that thing.
But the bus crash.
But the bus crash on Trammell Road, or Davis Road,
where we are right, where this
is
footage
what
is from.
she freaking was reading on Screaming Bridge. It could be what the rumor or whatever.
So that's what's happened. Whatever imprint is there.
She's
it's
hearing
happened from
8.
there.
I want to see how many kids on that bus died.
Oh, she's hearing. Who heard 8?
Justice.
Really?
Yes. And she heard dead, don't go, dead, then us.
I heard
8, and then I'm, and then we paused. I'm gonna go back a little bit so that we.
I definitely heard us.
2:14.
I heard a lot in there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
A lot of activity.
Let's go to 2.
Did y'all feel differently on that part? Did you feel differently on that part?
See, that's the thing is this one we didn't feel anything.
Right.
We really didn't feel much. The only time I felt something is whenever I felt that freaking voice right behind my head,
Yeah.
and I thought she said my name.
No, that whatever, there's something there, and
Yeah.
whatever the something is that there is what we're hearing plain as day say these little things while we're talking to these other people. You got to think these things are, you know, they're evil spirits or malicious impression or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might just be something negative as far as like the dude that hung himself, right? Didn't someone hang themselves here?
That one, I don't think so. That was Goatman's Bridge. is what
Oh,
you're talking
Goatman's
about.
Bridge.
That's
Oh,
the one
okay.
in Denton.
But I thought someone hung themselves on this bridge. There was because in one of the stories that I looked up at one, I'm gonna have to look again because I thought someone committed suicide on this bridge. Did they not, Sarah?
That's what I thought because of all
Yes.
the things that say on there.
Okay,
that
so
mattered,
I mean, wouldn't something like that put a type of negative reaction to the energy that could create an entity like this that could be messing with, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Unfinished business.
yes, exactly.
Or what they
'cause
call
we're
stuff
hearing the
purgatory.
ripples from the stuff that's a mile away. Might not necessarily see close enough, you know what I mean? So whatever's here is we're picking up on really good.
Because this
you know
was
what I
the
mean?
first spirit box reading, a necrophonic reading.
Yeah,
This was
because
the
we
first
never
one.
did necro out there at all.
No, this is the first one we did when we were out there this last
Right,
night.
yeah.
That was the first. This is the first one we did. What we did earlier was the second one we heard. Was the second one we did.
Oh.
The first one we heard was the second one we did. This one was the first one we did.
Okay, y'all did this before the other one.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
See, I don't know because it's saying that could even be an urban legend because I'm not even.
But urban legends have to come from somewhere.
Yeah, but
Urban
a lot of that
legends-
stuff is
Yeah,
like they say about urban legends.
It
They
was,
can.
like, 'cause I can't even find it now.
What they say about urban legend is usually those are twisted
Oh, sorry.
exonerations or inflations of what actually is the
It really
truth.
happened, yeah.
So
It's like the
it's
telephone
not, it's, not,
game.
it's about as worthless as it's about as worthless or as worthless a lie as it's so true, it's so fucked up that truth has become a lie. I guess you could say, because
I just want to get there and feel it.
Yeah.
it's weird. I didn't feel anything on that bridge this time that we went. I did not feel anything.
Well, yeah, we're
I
also
heard,
there.
we
in the
heard
middle-
shit, but
Well,
I mean,
the last
we could all feel different things, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
the last time we were there at nighttime, it was very eerie and very thick.
Well, I wonder if it's just because it was at nighttime, though.
Don't know.
Everything's
maybe,
scarier at nighttime.
Yeah, but people, they also get more active at nighttime.
All right,
too.
she
True.
looks for that. Let's go ahead and let's see here. Nothing sounded malicious. Justice said nothing sounded malicious, more just trying to show they were there than playful or annoyed, as if, dude, didn't you hear us? Hence calling someone an asshole. Yeah.
Oh, so he's like, basically, you're ignoring me, asshole.
Yeah, like, we're saying it, why aren't you hearing it?
Yeah, it really didn't sound like a
I think
demon voice.
It also
Yeah.
probably felt threatened that you were there.
Well, it just wasn't malicious. It could be. It could.
I mean, maybe it didn't want somebody there. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
Well,
probably one of them. It could be a grumpy
It could be
spirit.
anything.
You never know. They're grumpy, I'm sure.
Evil.
Well, from what I've read, if something doesn't want you there, it puts out an energy that you will feel very negative, and it makes you not
Yeah,
want to be
you
there.
felt negativity,
Yeah,
At
that
Goldman's
one.
Bridge,
At Goldman's Bridge, that was
if
not
somebody like
cool.
that, one, I know we have that. Actually, we have that coverage, but we can go over
Yeah.
maybe tomorrow or the next day or something,
That was a bad feeling. Yeah.
where we went to the Goatman's Bridge in Denton. Justice, this
That's
is
you
over
agree.
in Denton, Texas. It's the Goatman's
Yeah.
Bridge. There's stories behind that one, and the first time we went there, we got it on live with a split screen with the necro, and it's insane.
What?
We heard Goatman, all sorts of stuff. It was
Different
insane.
names of people that
Different
died
names
there.
of
yeah.
people that died there.
We didn't know
It was telling us to leave, go, and
Pushing us.
pushing,
yeah,
yeah,
it
like
felt like it was pushing.
people were, them two were feeling real heavy.
I was feeling spider webs everywhere, all over
Yeah.
me.
At one point, you were on the bridge, and it said "Get up,"
And well, I was
Yep.
being stubborn.
Twice
I
it told
wanted
her
to
to
sit
get up.
down, and it said.
and you were
"Get
like,
up."
"No,
I was
I'm
like,
not." And the first time it said to get up, and you were like, "I don't care." And then it said "Get up," and then you were like, "Okay, I'm getting up."
I
You
I
told me
remember
twice.
That
I'm
was
not
the
gonna-
that was the first time we went.
Yeah,
That was the
first
very
time.
very first time. Because
Yeah.
we've been back. That was the second time.
But
we
who knows
went
what
back
we would have
we went-
gotten if we, because
But we also haven't. Imagine if we take the necro back where we went in through them woods back there where it gets real thick.
Mm-hmm.
Where remember it was real dark by that road and we went around back and it was telling us not to go.
Yeah, not to go.
We never took the necro all the way back there and then still went back
Well,
there.
that's when it told us to leave.
Yeah.
Because there was a storm coming, and we just saw the storm like lightning.
Oh,
and it was
that's
like,
right.
leave,
The storm
leave,
came
leave.
right after we
And
left.
there was a tornado.
And there was a tornado over there.
Oh, I forgot
And it
about
told us
that.
to leave because there was a tornado over there, and whatever was out there telling us
That's
to leave was
weird.
actually looking out for us.
Yeah?
I didn't think about that because I remember
Did you
the
find it or
storm.
no?
No.
Okay. It's probably Loch Ness Monster. Give it free city. That's good.
Was there a car crash here?
What? Let's rewind that.
What did that say? It said something.
It did.
No, back further.
I know.
That's weird.
I can't make out what it's saying.
Well, it's a lot easier to do this.
That don't sound English.
It might not be. It might be just gibberish.
It's like a three.
Almost
Three
sounded like Are You Lost?
different words. What do they think they hear on that part? Anybody saying anything?
Do you want to talk to us?
Or Sarah?
Did you say my name?
Yes.
Is there
Eric, go
something
back
you
real
want
quick.
to talk to me about?
Where were y'all at this point? Can you see where y'all are standing still, right?
Yeah.
Go back. I thought I heard footsteps,
Or Sarah?
Did you say my name?
No, further. I think it's
Is there something you want to talk to me about?
maybe like 15 more seconds. Oh, so y'all were walking. Never mind. Okay. I didn't see y'all turn in the video.
Or Sarah?
Did you say my name? Is there something you want to talk to me about?
Is it safe here?
Safe here. Hear her breathe.
Are we in danger? Are there any bad spirits here? What is your name? Do you want to speak with us?
This is where the first one is. That's what it says.
How many people died in the bus crash? Do you want to speak with us?
See, we weren't getting much off of this one, I don't think.
Not until it got dark on the other one.
What do you want to say? If you want to talk. What do you want to tell us?
I want to mess with the settings a little bit so that you have an easier time trying to contact us. Okay, what is your name? Maybe a Todd or a Bob? How many people are here with us? People are here with us. People are here with us. People are here with us.
I just see people just jumping off and jumping off and jumping off.
Do you want to talk?
See that tower over there?
What do you want to tell us?
Wasps are freaking brutal out here. Can you have the wasp leave us alone? Did you say help?
There is a
Trip?
Oh, never mind. I'm looking up something. I was in the wrong section.
Is there anything or anyone with us?
Sean?
What?
Jessica's help.
Can you hear us?
How many people died here?
10? No?
How many people died here?
safe then.
Are we safe here? Are we in any danger?
It's almost like I'm getting help. I'm done. Died. You hear all those? Like, that's what.
That's something like something suicidal with.
Right, that's what I'm getting.
That's what I kept wondering about.
I'm digging up right now. I'm trying to look.
You heard that too, though.
Well,
Y'all heard that.
On there as well, it had a lot of things saying no matter, don't jump, and that's what I'm wondering.
If that's what the individuals maybe were thinking in their head before they jumped. That's.
Who's here with us? All right. Well, if you're not going to talk, we're going to have to say goodbye.
They were talking the whole time. Just not the way that you would think that they
Yeah, of course. I mean,
we'll go over what we may or may not have said here later.
major cues. Because a lot of times we'll get, oh my God, you heard that?
Yeah.
Oh my, like a Goatman Bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Do that. If you're not that pronounced to me, I have to come back and listen later and be like, oh, well, that's what you meant.
Right.
There's no other way. That'd be freaking hard to do. Like, super studio headphones.
But you clearly heard all that.
Yeah.
Is it what dying? Is it help? And then anyway, it's just they can actually feel what they were feeling before they committed suicide, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is there someone coming?
Yeah, I heard something back there on this
But
one.
it said no, and then no one came until later too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying jump?
Jump? I can't hear anything. Like, jump.
Eric,
Yeah.
hold on. Chris, pause. This, I just read something interesting. So, do we know the location of where the supposed Hell's Gates is?
Mm-hmm.
How far away is it from where this location is right now?
Not far at all. Remember when we walked right around to it?
Because listen to this. This is what I was just reading about Hell's Gate, right? So I had found something. I had found this website right here that talks about haunted places in Texas, and it just so happens this is what it's talking about. The Hell's Gate. This first thought would be Hell's Gate because it's talking about the two different places that are haunted in River Legacy, which now we know the actual Screaming Bridge is somewhere else, but. This is talking about Long Trail, which is called Hell's Gate. It says is a long trail that has thick swamps and large trees on either side. Local legend claims that this was the trail walked by captured Union Army spies when they were being taken to be hung.
Yeah,
What if they took them to this bridge to be hung? Right here.
A couple of them
There's
were
an
saying
old
help and all
bridge
that.
underneath. Remember, we go and look on the other edge. The real bridge is down there, the wooden bridge. They built over it, the one that's the concrete one.
Yeah.
So it would date back to probably those times, Civil War times, Union soldiers being taken to be hung, spies. I mean, it's negative energy. You never know.
Well, all
it's close
that
enough.
negative energy stored up, and if you were to go there, maybe it would tell you to jump.
Or how much bad energy was left from people that went to
I mean,
try
right.
to commit suicide.
Maybe
but
suicide is not necessarily suicide. Maybe it's they wanted help. They're being hung. Maybe we're just hearing. I mean, it could be anything, but that's why you got to dig and look at what.
And that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy. Union Army spies when they were taken to be hung there.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
At the supposed Hell's Gate. So that's why I was asking how far away is it? Maybe they took them, you know, if Hell's Gate, maybe we're picking up something from Hell's Gate too. You know what I mean? Like,
not even a mile away from that.
Yeah, it's because it's on the same path when we're
It's
coming
just,
in.
it's just all this is
Okay,
probably,
so
like intertwined somehow.
Yeah, the whole land, I think.
Justice sat there and said she was asking what's Hell's Gate, and then you explained it, and she said that makes sense.
Justice asked what Hell's Gate
Yeah,
was.
while you were, and then you just went over it anyway. So she sat there and said that makes sense, and then she asked if we know any historians who could give us more info.
I'll look it up. I'll try to find. I'll actually do some digging, and I'll go to the friggin' Arlington Library, and I'll pull old. I mean, I bet you could find. I bet you could find newspaper clippings from far enough back that say something about something.
I think we need to go and just get a feel.
Hey, research is fun. I'll be on the task of research. I love research.
It is fun.
Yeah.
I love digging. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm sure I could talk to somebody, maybe like a professor at UTA. Maybe they know something about the area, like local area, like in those times,
Well,
like
that-
Union
a lot-
soldiers.
Apparently, a lot of people have died there in
Yeah.
that park.
But if it's Union
Yeah,
soldiers,
history-
that's dating back to
Finding
1800.
historians, because she just said history buffs live that specific shit. which
Okay,
is
so
very
if
true.
they know, they're gonna know, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll know about an area if they're familiar with the area and if that's the area they study.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, history
bet I
buffs
could
like
find-
anything really history,
Yeah.
Well,
especially with like
the really
folklore
weird
and
one
stuff.
I want to find out is where that cyclist supposedly hit a tree in the woods and just died there 2 years ago.
So yeah, River Legacy's
I
had
wanna
its fair
see-
share of
I want to
bad
find that
energy.
spot and go because it still just doesn't make sense. But I mean, I guess it could happen, but it's really odd.
Well, the next time when we go over there, during the daylight, remember like some of those trails, they have really steep inclines. So a cyclist could have went real fast and spun, hit, smacked his head,
Hey,
broke
what
his
if-
neck.
But it didn't say that. It said it was just
Did y'all,
He hit a tree.
he hit a tree.
But did he break his neck?
Eric?
To find
It
out.
could be. That's
How
what
about
I
next
mean.
time-
So that's something we need to find out.
I mean, next time we go, while we're walking to the site, run the necro, record the whole entire time going to there. We can go through the footage. Maybe we'll pick up on something because if he died on that path, that specific path, or something, you know what I mean? Like, remember the first time we went, we thought something was following us.
The whole time.
The whole time we was
that
coming back?
Really weird.
It felt really, really weird. What if there's energy on that path too? You
Oh,
know,
sure
Yeah.
there
up to
is.
it?
There's got to be.
Because there's multiple people that have died out
Well,
there.
there was
Yeah.
also another recent one. Was the guy that was murdered helping a lady that was getting robbed?
Yeah. So, I mean, justice is very. I mean, do you think maybe it could be anybody? Do y'all think it could be maybe that there's a negative energy from this time, Union soldier time? We're talking about this was hundreds of years ago. You know what I mean, or at least 100 years ago. That can put a big impression on something. People being hanged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a negative.
Well, that and then all the bodies that have been.
Yeah.
found
Well,
in
maybe
the
it cursed the
river.
land, and that's why people are
Oh
dying
yeah,
there.
that can happen.
That can happen.
That could very much happen.
Look up like Arlington historian and see.
Yeah, I'll look
But
at.
we
I would
did-
love to dig that up.
We just thought it was really, really weird. We were just out there recording and picked all that.
I didn't know
up
we
and
had
then
Union
found that
soldiers
out.
in this area. That's the
That's
thing.
weird.
But that's something I've always been. I would love this. Like I told you a long time ago, I'd love to see a map of where we're at right now, but 1870. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
you know,
And
1900,
then having just like an
1910.
overlay of what
Exactly.
is now.
Guess where I can find that stuff?
Library.
Arlington Library.
Yep.
I'll sit up there all day, bro. I guarantee you, I'll find stuff. They got the computer, man. You can just sit there and dig through everything.
Justice said if it was negative, you would feel it. But if it's
Oh.
a century
Like the
residual, it's just an energy collected and grounded.
Well,
because it's been there for so long.
we have felt negative energy at Screaming Bridge
Oh,
before we
yeah.
ever took Necro out there. Like the whole path to get in there is pretty eerie. Like just
It was
the whole, it's very heavy. Yeah, very heavy energy.
especially not only on the bridge, but Sarah and I, we kind of discovered it like more towards the little tunnel, that little walkway, you know, into the woods and under the bridge.
Oh no, we're not. We're talking
No,
about
the-
Screaming Bridge, not Goatman's Bridge.
Yeah.
I've been on so many bridges, I don't know. I'm sorry.
But yes, the
I don't know where-
energy. The first time we went there was very, very heavy. The first time we went, I
Yeah.
do remember that because I remember it was very. So there is some type of negativity there. It might not be super strong, like something malicious and evil, like a demon or something. You know, like super malicious. but it might be just a bad things and hate cause negativity, which is negative
But
energy.
these spirits
leads
may
into-
not just want you there.
Yeah, they might be stubborn.
They may just want you not discovering something that you're not supposed to
But
discover.
no, you're right. The heaviest.
Or they
Yeah.
want you to find it out.
The
That's the
heaviest
thing.
one, though, I think. was
So
the
Justice
Gopman's.
said
That
there's
was-
so
Oh,
much-
that was the heaviest.
Justice said there's so much out there from the Civil War in this country.
Yeah.
And then she asked, so it's a gateway you pass through where you can feel the energy get dense? At Goatman's Bridge, yes, there
Yes.
was an entry. It
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Yeah,
As
there
soon
was.
as you entered the bridge, like,
So, here we go, Eric. I know how to explain it. So we started on the bridge. We cross over the bridge onto the other side of the land, and that's when the heaviness when the path
on the
turned to the
land.
left, and we started going back into the
And
woods.
they also say that more of the woods is more really haunted than the actual.
Or are you talking
bridge.
about Hell's Gate? Is that what she's talking about?
We're talking about two different.
yeah,
bridges,
two different, but the
I
heavy,
think.
the heavier area, Justice was at Goatman's Bridge. This is Goatman's Bridge. We'll have to go look and read the folklore.
Hey, let's
but
say that for the next podcast.
Yeah.
we will.
Yeah.
But she was asking about a
It
gateway.
was towards the back.
It was towards the
really
back.
Yeah.
So this is.
It
this-
does feel like you're walking into a door, sort of. Like
yeah. So as soon as you walk
corridor.
right here, this is actually looking towards the entrance. So where this picture was taken is where we started feeling more heavy.
and it's about to be a bunch of wooded
But we
area.
started it. We started feeling heavy in the
Yeah.
very, very, very
Being
beginning of the
pushed.
bridge.
Like,
So
yeah.
this part right here
Yeah.
is the entryway
Yeah,
for that. So that's where we started feeling
that's
the
where
heaviness.
Sarah and I got spider. Sorry, that's where Sarah and I got spider webbed.
Yep.
Right
All
there.
down our ankles was really odd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it felt like stuff was touching everybody. Like
Yeah,
It's
they do say that spider webbed, like being touched is like having
well, I
a
mean,
spider
Justice
web on
would
you
probably
or
know
something like
a
that.
little bit more about that, wouldn't she? I mean,
Yeah, she's.
I've heard that.
she's
yeah. I
smart
mean,
lady.
I've heard it too. So I mean, I don't know.
We're new.
Yeah, we're very new.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, we're
I mean, I'm
literally
not new to what
Well, yeah,
spider
intrigued
like all
and
that.
go out
Yeah.
and do it, and we've
More
been doing
into-
it
we're new
for
into the actual exploring.
about a year.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We want to.
We've all had our experiences, and we all know, a little about paranormal,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but the adventure part of it is
Is
something,
the fun part. We want to go find this stuff. Like we want to
And
know
if we
these
catch
things.
it,
Like
cool.
And if we
Yeah.
don't,
But
we
there's
like
been
investigating the
there
stuff
has
because it's
been
fun.
Some weird things happen.
at least I walked off the donut that I just ate.
Yeah.
Hey, but I mean, we get out there and we haven't even went over the footage.
Oh,
What happened?
She's saying bring a mirror next time. You'll be able to see where the entrance is.
Because the mirror is the portal can be used for the
Why is
spirit
that?
realm.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They can. Supernatural, don't y'all remember?
That's a TV show.
Nobody
There's got to be
knows.
some truth
No,
to
but
that.
I think there is
It
some
is
truth
true.
behind a lot
I'm
of
not-
that shit.
I'm not bullshitting.
A lot of
It's
that's
true.
old folklore
No,
stuff.
but
So
why
they
would-
make episodes off
What
of.
do you mean,
Right.
like turn behind the bridge and hold the mirror up and look?
But mirrors
behind
are.
at
It's
So-
the
true.
bridge?
So
or-
Sarah's asking, like, how to use the mirror. Like, how do we use the
What
mirror?
is it
What do
gonna
we?
tell me?
It doesn't. What are we looking for? Are we
Yeah.
looking for a blur? Are we looking for something that isn't there?
Well, you wouldn't be able to find it if it wasn't there, Eric.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean, bro. I'm just jacking with you.
She said, well, I think she's probably typing in an answer now, but she said, stay humble and inquisitive, and it will be more willing to connect the folks who think they know it all, don't get shit that's legit. Mirrors are used in hangouts to separate the spirits.
Okay.
Okay, so
Mirrors will see into your soul.
I guess it's a good time to let this out. So, Justice, I found out through my family heritage that my great-grandmother was a witch. I do have a picture of her. I'll have to send it to you sometime. But it's really weird. It's like she's like deformed and has like, not deformed, but it looks like in the picture she has like a blurred face and this is an old photo.
But the husband the baby didn't have a blurred face, just her.
Yeah, no, it was just her holding the baby, and we don't know who that was, if that was Grandpa or who it was. But she was the mother to 6 children. One of them was my grandfather on my mother's side. And found out that no one liked her because she was a witch. I don't know if she messed with the dark arts or the white arts or just practice in general. But
your mom severed the line though, right?
Yeah.
You think?
No,
I mean, as far as practicing though, right?
Practicing, yeah. Well, my grandfather.
Your so it would be your grandmother.
My grandmother, no, my grandfather.
Oh, okay.
My grandfather would have severed the line from not practicing.
Okay.
But like my mother, that nobody in the family liked her because of that. They were afraid of her. But when me and my cousin Rob are next to each other, like and working boxes and stuff like that, we get a lot of stuff. And I don't know if it's because we're in tune to that, and it could be, but it's really strange.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that we all have some kind of ability. You know what I mean?
Feel stuff.
I think when we go out on, maybe that's why we're supposed to be doing this, is I think we all have a you know what I'm saying? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Like we all can,
Well, yeah, especially if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff, it helps you.
Yeah.
It helps you be able to hear things too. What?
She said there is no dark or light. It's all energy you collect and harness, then dispense. It's what you do once you collect and harness the energy.
Right. That's where the bad. If it's for malicious intent,
the idea of dark arts and white arts comes from.
It's either you do something evil with it, or you do something good with it. It's one or the other. You do something malicious and evil, or something good.
Yeah, she says she thinks everyone has untapped abilities. Yeah, that's true. I mean.
Well, that's why I think it's weird how we kept feeling heavy, and then like the spider web.
Like Sarah and I had this. We had kind of if you notice, like when we feel so we can be separated, but we still kind of feel the same way. If you notice that, like the spider web, it's like we've been pushed. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then y'all have your own abilities. You know what I mean? Everybody has. I mean, if you tap in and really focus on it, your abilities can open up.
Maybe she also said she thinks it happens because you're willing to listen.
Right. We're willing to listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what you're saying is that we're using more of our mind than we were originally planned to use. We're using more of our brain.
I would call that like the third eye, trying to tap into that realm of your brain.
It could be anything you want, really. Maybe. You know what I mean? If you just open your mind and you're willing to experience, because look, you weren't willing to open your mind at first.
Well,
but now
kids,
that you have
babies and stuff, and dogs, they don't. If you've seen dogs, they'll sit there and just look at shit.
Tell them what happened to you when you were a baby that you remember. The train that you saw. Tell them.
Well,
you remember it from being an infant.
It might have been anything. When I was a baby, we were also in a haunted house, like for real. It had spirits. I don't know what anybody wants to call it, but it had spirits in it. And I can remember being in a crib and screaming because I would have like nightmares all the time. And then I remember like this ghost train that came in, kind of like faded into the room and propped up, and we had like a little guest bed. And the train had spirits in it, and it's carrying them, and it just like they just like stopped and stared at me, and then I was like, okay, and then they took off into the other room, disappeared. I didn't know where they went. So
toddler age, obviously. If you're in a playpen, toddler age, maybe.
I don't know what it was.
So maybe 3, 4.
How old? Do you remember?
Not even. Probably baby. I don't know, but I remember it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's hard to forget something like that. I think even our mind's powerful enough that, I mean...
And it could have been a nightmare that I created.
But very true. And she says we use 10% of our brain.
Yeah.
What's going on with the other 90%?
Exactly. This is us tapping into the other 90%, because guess what? If we were tapped in another 60%, we could see these things on a daily basis.
Yeah.
We could tap into the other realm. The other layers that are right here in front of us. You know what I mean?
And Sarah's experienced things too.
Yeah.
Like, haven't you?
Yeah.
Weird.
That's for another time, though.
Yes, she's saving it.
Well, no, I mean, it was the bridge.
Sorry.
No.
This is an we all like this topic.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we don't have to give them all the good stuff yet.
Yeah.
That's for another time though.
But yeah,
I
we're
will
about
share
an
eventually.
hour and a half into this. We'll see what she says.
But this is what the footage we got.
Connective
there, which is
tissue
really
in the
weird.
brain is
That's
always
crazy.
firing and sending off signals from Jesus, I hate these long freaking medical words. Synthesis. Fuck me if I said that wrong. There's intrinsic energy. Okay, you fuck me if I said that wrong too. That vibrates at a level when other energy comes along. It vibrates at different frequencies, so if you pay attention, you can feel it.
So if you're willing to seek it out, oh, that makes sense. So you can tap into untapped power that's there.
Justice, you're fine.
What'd she say?
She was using them freaking scientific words that are like, hang on a second, I'm not a freaking doctor here. I didn't read these words before yet to figure out.
Hey,
You know what the
we're
fuck
not
is this?
super well educated over here.
We're rednecks over here.
Well,
Gosh,
not really
darn it,
rednecks.
Janet, I don't know what I'm looking at.
God dang it.
We're country people.
They don't live in the country. Well, we're country people who live
Hey,
in the city.
to them, we're
$5
country.
words. $5 words. I feel like I'm playing Scrabble for money. I would bet you
But that,
pesos
dude,
for the K.
that is so interesting that, I mean, all this stuff is coming to fruition.
Yeah.
And now it put us on another path to even dig even deeper.
Yeah.
We
You know, 'cause
have,
now,
So
we have a
what we
The
went
real
to, the
one.
Screaming Bridge,
Only
now
got
we're
the
like,
real
that's not
one.
even the real one. Well,
So
fuck
what
us.
we picked up at the actual one.
right?
no crap.
The real
But
one.
we would have never gotten what we got at that bridge if we would have known, hey, I'm not going to fuck walking a mile and a half. I can just go to the real bridge, and it's like freaking 500 feet
That's
from the
true.
road. You
That's
know what I
true.
mean?
Right, we don't have to make
We
that
probably
hike.
would have even never gone back to that bridge.
And
Well,
why
this is
have-
crap. This is just
also-
where all the myths went to.
Why have
So.
we not heard this story before? As long as
I didn't
know,
read that far down. I was just
Oh.
looking for meat and potatoes. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was
Right.
like, okay, what happened here? Okay, so that's what I'm going to be looking for
Yeah.
is gravestones
No, I
in the
think it's
water.
when we looked up, it was like you could. We were just looking up places to go explore.
And if you
And
sit on the
Aaron-
road and wait, and at
Yeah.
midnight you can sit there and hear the
Or
screams
you
and
see
the
the
tire
gravestones
screeching and
in
shit
the
like
water.
that.
Yeah, that's the story
Now,
I heard.
okay, but if we're at the actual location, maybe we will hear those.
Yeah.
If we're at the real, actual location
I don't know
where
whose video it was we were seeing yesterday, and I was going through some stuff, and I'd like to call them out and you give them the props for it, but and I don't know if I could debunk it or if somebody pushed like a freaking voice box or whatever. You know, I don't know because I wasn't there. But they caught a scream on video, and I have to go back and look. And it's in one of these sites that give you the folklore about the Screaming Bridge, and it just had somebody plugged them for us, or for whoever was reading the article, and they were just talking about stuff, and then all of a sudden you hear like an actual horror scream. It wasn't like someone fucking with them, or it could have been. Who knows?
Who knows?
So, but I thought that was kind of interesting, but that was the only thing they caught there. But that's at the current location that everybody thinks is Screaming Bridge, where all the stories
Right.
are from. That we
but I
hear.
think
Right.
that place itself obviously has some activity. We've heard it right
Oh,
here,
it
even on
definitely
this.
does.
So we're
Yeah,
hearing
it
activity
does.
from multiple locations. Even maybe we're pulling activity from Hell's Gate. It's not very far away.
It-
It's on the same path to where we got to this one.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
it's literally not very far away at all. Maybe
I think we find. I'm sorry. I
a
think
gold mine.
no. I think we found many
Energy.
things.
Yeah.
We've discovered many things.
Mhm.
You know, that is very like alarming. Like when you research where you're from and everything, and you discover these
But that's
stories.
the fun, interesting
Yeah.
part about it is doing the digging. Because I love history. History is one of my favorite subjects. History and math. I loved reading about stuff that happened before,
Yeah.
and then like trying to tie stuff together. Because that's how I think. I love to. Hey, let's find out this happened. Okay, let's dig into that. Now that happened. Dig into that.
Yep, it's like it gets you going. Someone else just joined. I don't know who it was, but just to
Hello.
let you guys know, hello.
Hi.
And we're basically at the end of our cast now, but sorry if you didn't make it before. You can always rewatch it. But all in a nutshell, the Screaming Bridge that's in Arlington, Texas, that everyone thinks is the Screaming Bridge,
Isn't the real
is
one.
not the real Screaming Bridge. It's actually where the myth transferred to after a few car crashes that happened, and closure of a road and demolishing of a bridge, of the original bridge. which is not too far from that location. It just, for some reason, the myths and the folklore went with it to a whole different bridge.
Right.
So that's what we were talking about. Make your own history. No, William, that's not true. It's not true. I'm dead serious, William. All right. So where we went, just so you know, William, is here.
Sorry about that.
This is actually called Trammell Davis Road. Trammell Davis Road is an abandoned road that actually runs inside River Legacy and runs parallel to the actual river. So the road that's on this bottom right-hand corner right here is actually Trammell Davis Road, which is not the real bridge that where all the folklore actually came from. The actual real bridge is over here
On the other side?
on the other side where this train track is. This is called Death Crossing, which then was first named Death Crossing, then turned into Screaming Bridge later. And after 1994, a final car crash, they demolished the bridge, concreted it up, and made it to where it went over the ditch that was there. So that's gone now. And then after 94, they closed this road off completely, and it's been abandoned ever since. But that's where we're at on that. And then the actual, the real bridge that we're looking at is right here in this background area right here. That's the actual Death Crossing where all the
That's where we need
deaths
to get to.
have happened and things of that nature. That's the original location. So
The car crashes.
the car crashes.
All the
yeah.
car crashes, not like the hangings or the bodies that
I
were
think the
found.
hangings and stuff
and the
happened where
killings in
the
the
bridge
park.
where we actually picked this stuff up at.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the stuff that you're picking up the ripples of happened here because you can clearly state that some of that is very pronounced and some of it's kind of echoey. You know what I mean? Like, seems like something's far away and something's right there.
Yep. It
So-
just depends on where they're in,
Yeah.
how much energy they want to put
Exactly.
forth. And
But
what they
obviously
have
the
to
people
harness.
want us to go here and find them because they wouldn't be wanting to say, we're willing to listen. They told us, now we got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, you got to follow.
Follow
They
the
wouldn't have
email.
told you this if they didn't want you to look more into it or at least come, hey, share my story. You know what I mean?
Yep. So anyway, Justice, I really appreciate you coming in. William,
Heck
I
yeah,
saw that
everybody.
you came in.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming in.
Sherry, is she still
Thank
here?
you.
Sherry still left, but when she watches the rest of this video,
Yeah.
Sherry, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
If we
Thank
missed you, thank you for coming in anyway. Make yourself known. Chat,
If you hear
type.
anything, say something.
Mhm.
Hear
Yeah,
something
make sure to
hidden.
join the group too.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta.
join the group. We're going to be
Heading
moving
out
over
there.
to the fan page, but we are linked to the old group. But
It's still there.
everything's good to go there. I want to thank everybody for
Yep.
participating, and Justice, thanks for your knowledgeable words for sure.
Yeah.
It means a
thank
lot, and
So I'm
we
gonna
may
dig
have
into
more
that stuff.
questions for you. You
Yeah,
just
heck
don't
yeah.
know it yet. And we still need to get together, and I know how NDI works, by the way, which is probably technical trash talk. So I do have Skype, and we can run on your
I
page
don't
as well.
understand it.
Everybody go like Justice's page. She does badass tarot reading cards, or tarot card reading. She's awesome at it, and she's hit so many nails on the hammer with just me.
Nails
and
on the
Sarah.
hammer? You mean nail?
Yeah,
hit
backwards.
the nail on the head?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, she's
And just
fantastic.
fun to hang out
Again,
and
thank you so
watch,
much. And yeah, I guess this is the end of it for
Yeah,
today.
we'll see y'all next time.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
See you guys later.
Y'all gonna say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
I
For the 100th time.
Won't you change what you try? A chance for different disguise. I see the deceit in your eyes. I've heard all the best of your lies. What's weighing so hard on your mind? What are you trying to hide? What's weighing so hard on your mind? I can see that you're crying. Can you tell that I'm dying? But you shake when you're lying. Say what you're trying to say. I can see that you're crying. Can you tell that I'm dying? But you shake when you're lying. Say what you're dying to say. Just say what you're dying to say. You claim you changed, you turned a page, but it stays the same. Nothing will change your betrayal. You claim you changed, you turned a page, but it stays the same. Nothing will change your betrayal. So say what you're dying to say. Say what you're dying to say. Change what you try. You change to a different disguise, but still the deception resides. Like Judas, you slither inside. So what are you trying to hide? What's weighing so hard on your mind? What are you trying to hide? Like Judas, you slither inside. I can see that you're crying. Can you tell that I'm dying? But you shake when you're lying. Say what you're trying to say. I can see that you're crying. Can you tell that I'm dying? But you shake when you're lying. Say what you're dying to say. Just say what you're dying to say. You claimed you changed, you turned a page, but it stays the same. Nothing will change your betrayal. You claimed you changed, you turned a page, but it stays the same. Nothing will change your betrayal. So say what you're trying to say. Say what you're dying to say. Just say what you're dying to say. Say what you're trying to say. Say what you're dying to say. It don't make a fuck anyway. It don't make a fuck anyway. Won't you change what you try? A chance for a different disguise.